As my first part took a bit long, already at 8 minutes, this is part 2 of my opinion on Grimlock. I've transformed him to his robot mode to show him off a bit more. This guy has several gimmicks also in this form. One of them is part of his transformation. Let's see if I can undo part of it. If you slide his torso up, you see he becomes a loose mass when this isn't up, but he has no Autobot symbol here. Where's my light? You don't really see an Autobot symbol there. So when I press it down, it pretty much locks him into place. And now he does have an Autobot symbol in here, which is nice. Furthermore, he has a gimmick in his eyes, both in his dinosaur and in his robot mode. Let's first see in his dinosaur head. You open up this panel, and you see here a bit of a rotatable part, which allows you to select either his red eyes, which is from his original toy, or his blue eyes, which is how he is depicted in the comics and in the cartoon. I prefer the blue eyes. I think they look prettier also. His robot mode has a bit less of an elaborate way. You have a little slide on the back of his head. I'm not entirely sure if I can show it. No, I cannot really show it, but there's a very tiny red dot. Perhaps you can see it, but that's the lever used to change his eyes from red to blue. Once again, I prefer the blue one look. His head can rotate on a ball joint, so it's pretty posable. He's limited to pretty much what a human can do, so that's good. On his back, his head folds up quite nicely. In this form, he has a little pack which packs into the back of his neck, so he stays firmly in place that way. Furthermore, he has a gimmick in his right arm. There's a little button here, which is, and when you press it, you activate the light piping in his hand, which is used by either his sword or his gun, which results in, some nice light piping. It works. It's one of the less intrusive gimmicks this figure has. I think it looks far better even on his sword. So let's install his sword. Yeah, it worked quite well in my opinion. Yeah. Let's remove it. Now, one of the downsides to this gimmick is that this hand is always closed in a fist. He does have an opposable thumb, but it doesn't do him much good. His other hand does have fingers which can open his hand pretty much on alternator style. So a loose pointer finger and the rest. This fist can also rotate, which, he can also rotate. Alright, my bad. As I said, these claws, they can be pointed forward, pretty much like a pair of boxing gloves, and pretty mean ones at that, so if this guy comes at you with this, I think you're going down. These claws are also from metal. In terms of metal, let's see, what is metal on him? It's a lot of chromed. No, this chest piece also feels like plastic, just chromed. I don't really... Well, perhaps the chest is metal, but I'm not entirely sure. But otherwise, I don't really find that much metal in him. He isn't as much die-cast as, for example, my Prime is. Overall, I do like this figure a lot. He is an excellent figure. He really is expensive, but I can't really be bothered about it because, in terms of the way he looks, he's pretty much perfect. He really carries the G1 look of him, and for that I really can't fault him. There are a few too many gimmicks in him. I wish they didn't do that. As I've voiced before, gimmicks can ruin a figure quite well. But then again, I guess they really had to resort to a lot of gimmicks in this figure for the simple reason that his transformation is fairly simple. They couldn't really elaborate a lot of it. Actually, the only real difference is the way his tail folds up into his leg, and well, that's about it. That's the only real difference with his G1 counterpart. Yeah. If you haven't gotten him and you think he's worth the money, I can really recommend getting him. He might be a pain to get, but I don't really actually see him getting a European release, to be quite honest, or an American release, or a Hasbro release to make it easier. So you'll probably end up having to get the Japanese Takara Tomy version. Yeah, you can see some of my comments about his boxing and his extra puha on Big Black Box movie that I made. Well, anyway, this is Masterpiece Grimlock. Despite the flaws, he gets a good 8 out of 10 from me. He just is expensive and could have been more. I think if they spent less on his gimmicks, less on all the extra puha around him, and just made him bigger, I would have been happier. But, well, I'm sadly no Takara designer, so I have no input on that. Till next time.